Good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, June 3rd. For all my Gilmore Girls fans, it's June 3rd. If you know, you know. As you can hear, my voice is a bit funny. Okay, this is just like taking a whole mind of its own. You girls been sick, so I think the last vlog you would have seen was when I went to the party at UCID, and well, I guess this is the reality of going clubbing in 2022. You get sick afterwards, you know. If you're not wearing your mask, you're up against with all these other people. I guess it's inevitable, and I did think about that. That's why I didn't go out until all my classes were done, and I was sort of like, if I did get COVID or something, at least I'd have time to recover. My sick experience though has been like a freaking roller coaster, because fine the day after clubbing. What is this voice of mine? I was fine on the Sunday, just a bit tired. Then the Monday, I was still tired, no like cold symptoms. Then Tuesday, I woke up with like killer sore throat, and I was like, has it happened? Have I finally succumbed to COVID? So when I got tested, I went and did a PCR test, and then I did a rat test, and they both came back negative, so I don't have COVID. And I took it easy that day on Tuesday, didn't go to Zumba or trivia, which was really sad. But I was like, it's okay, I'll take this time to recover. Then I woke up on Wednesday feeling so much better. Like I was a bit tired, and you could tell that I'd been sick. Like I could sense it. I don't think other people could tell. So I went back to normal, went back to work and all that jazz. And then I woke up on Thursday feeling worse again. Oh my gosh. I started to get a bit of a cough. It was like a gross mix between like dry and chesty cough. TMI, maybe. And then today I woke up. It's when I wake up, you know when you're like sick and you've got a cold, and like the morning's always like the worst bit, like getting over that first morning bit, which is why you did not see me this morning, guys. It was not pretty. I was hacking up my lungs. Okay, this is like gross warning, guys. But like I was coughing up all this phlegm, and I coughed up like this big ass piece of phlegm, so that when it got stuck in my throat on the way up, I thought I was choking. Anyway, I made mum look at it. My mum didn't want to see it on Thursday, which was like rightfully so, but I showed her today just because it was a little bit concerning. And she says because when it's like green phlegm, she thinks that means it's the flu. That's where we're at the moment. I'm like mentally, my mind's ready to be like over this sickness. Like it's good to go, it's good to function, but it's just my body holding me back clearly. So I thought I'd vlog, and you guys can be my friends today, and I'll show you my sick day routine, although clearly it doesn't work at getting you better because I'm still here sounding like this. I've discovered this cut on my chin. I don't know how I got it. I was legit tutoring online, and I like touched it. I was like, that feels funny. And I look at that. How does one do that? Bye. Look at me. Look at me. You look so unimpressed. So we are upstairs now. We've got Carlos for emotional support. He's been my friend these past few days, taking care of me. You know how it do be. So I've come upstairs because, unfortunately, being sick does not resolve me. Resolve? Is that even the word I need? Does not free me from doing my uni work. Really, I need to update this model thing because I need to be better by Monday to go in and do some laser cutting and 3D printing at uni to build a model. It's part of a group project, and anyway, we were hoping to have it done legit by today, but that went downhill, and I actually haven't really touched it. I did a little bit yesterday, but I ideally want to finish it off today so then I can do the modeling for the laser cutting and printing tomorrow or on the weekend, essentially. So I thought I'd show you what I do in case any of you are interested in what sort of things we do in architecture, I guess. Rolling, they hate it. And essentially this is my very last assignment, and as soon as I finish it, I'm done for the semester. But the annoying thing is that, so there were 2 assignments for this class. The first one was worth 60% of our grade, and this one's worth 40%. But I did so well in the first one that technically I don't even have to do this assignment, so it's really not helping with my motivation. But because it is a group one, I've got to pull through, you know, I can't just throw something together. So maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. You tell me. So this assignment is for my class called Architectural Technologies, and essentially that looks at different materials and then how to connect them together. So it's really about making like a structurally sound design using materials correctly. So we did this whole depth study of a range of materials at the start of semester, and now we've been told we've got 4 by 4 by 12 meters to make a lookout tower. I mean, I could just share my screen, but why do that when you can get my reflection too? Hi guys. So I built these stairs randomly within the bounds of the box, and so now we're working out how to actually build it. So this was my initial, I did the pink modeling for it, and I've sort of had like this metal thing that would fix to the post, and then I'd have these cantilevered beams that would also be fixed to these welded, I guess, bits that came off the I-beams supporting it. And so we showed that to our tutor, and he was like, firstly, you probably don't need as thick I-beams as what I had. So we've brought down the size of those so it looks a bit thinner and sleeker. Ignore all these beams though, because I made it thinner, they no longer work. And so now currently what I started to do yesterday was build some more of these cantilevered beams that I could start arranging around. So essentially that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to just make sure that all the platforms are supported, because my friend Kalia is looking at how to connect the stairs to these. We're then going to have to look at railings too and how we're going to do that. So that's my goal for today, is to basically get this pink stuff all structurally sound, maybe look at railings, and then on the weekend I'm going to work out how I could actually make this from laser cutting and 3D printing methods, and maybe start printing some of that stuff. So yeah, that is how it's looking at the moment. Because I'm out of practice, well, not really, but like obviously I've been sick and a bit out of it, I'm putting a goal of to just do an hour of this. I'm going to put in an hour, see how much I get done, give myself a break, and then if I need to do more, I'm going to set like another hour later this afternoon. So I will see you after that. Maybe I'll show you my progress, and that will like motivate me to actually get shit done. Okay, so oh my gosh, it is a little bit later. I put on my hour timer and I was listening to a podcast, and so I was so into the podcast that I just kept working. So I've got a bit done. If you look at it in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't look like I've done a lot of work, but it's like well built, so like that takes time. And so now, because I've got well built cantilever beams and that, I'll be able to easily hopefully put them all over the place on my structure. I've just come here though because it's actually really cold. I didn't think it was that cold this morning, but now it feels cold. It's currently like, oh, I want to say it was 11 degrees outside earlier, and the temperature inside our house is 12 degrees, so it's quite similar to whatever it is outside. It's likely to be like that inside. So I've come to put on another layer, but I'm going to show you guys the fit. So everybody, step one of having a good sick day, if that's even a thing, is a cute outfit, of course. So yesterday I wore my matching tie-dye set because I feel like that's a very sick day thing to do, although I didn't put it on today because, to be honest, it's not the cutest. I'm not sure if you remember when I went through my tie-dye phase, but that's what it looks like. Today on the outfit is my glasses knit pants, which I absolutely love, but kind of gross story. They've probably only been washed a maximum of 2 times, and if you know me, you know I've had them for about, I bought them at this time last year, I want to say, but I'm afraid that if I wash them too much they're gonna lose their softness, but my mum thinks it's really gross that I don't wash them. So, and then I've got this jumper from Cotton On. Underneath that I've got a Uniqlo thermal I'm about to put on my North Face as well, and underneath the pants I'm also wearing thermals just because it's so cold. My feet are also cold. but I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I should put some shoes on. My Ugg boots are kind of gross at the moment, guys. This is where you find out that when I'm sick, I let loose. I let go of everything. I need new Ugg boots or something, I think. I said so much. Michelle, shut up. I need to warm up my feet because currently I'm rocking the Birks and socks. I'm gonna go back. I think I'm gonna get a bit more work done because I'm not too hungry yet. I'm gonna do like, I keep saying this, half an hour of work, then I'll go have lunch. So I've come down for lunch. Oh my god. And the main thing I'm gonna have is soup. And I know I said I hate soup, but my one exception is pumpkin soup. So that's what I'm gonna have. But my mum made me, this looks so appetizing how I've plated it up, but it's jung, I believe is what it's called. But it's like sticky rice with meat and egg in it. It's so good. Love it, love it, love it. So that's my entree. Oh my gosh, my tummy just rumbled. Some soy sauce on it. As you can see, my balloons are still up. Oh wow. Oops. And that's what we've made. We've got bread too, because that's like the best part of soup, is it not? I've had soup every day. I had it. This is my third time in a row having it for lunch. I've tried 3 different brands. So first I had the Heinz one, then I had the La Zupa brand, and now this is Rosella. To be honest, this one looks a bit more watery. So far my favorite was the Heinz, so the first one. I think it goes Heinz, Rosella, Zupa. So if you need pumpkin soup ratings, that's my personal preference. I think it would be cool to try making it too one of these days, but probably not now. Wait till I'm better. So guys, I just had my lunch, I've got my tea, I've come back upstairs, but over lunch, you honestly, for my video, you'd think I'd have like this obsession with the Sidemen videos. I low-key do. I feel like I've discovered them late, so now I'm just like catching up. Anyways, I've been watching the one where they spend $100,000 on fans. So each fan has like 16.5 grand pounds to spend. And I thought it was so funny because I was like, when they did it with themselves, I remember like the people having difficulty of like, what the hell do I buy? But I'm like, as a girl, I feel, not even as a girl, but for me, like I just hit up all the handbags and all the designer stores, and I feel like I could rack up 16 grand pretty quickly. So that being said, I thought it would be fun to see, like, just out of the top of my head, things that I've been wanting, if I could rack up that much. So theoretically, I'm going to say 16 grand or 16,000 pounds. I'm going to equate that to being about 32,000 Australian dollars. So literally my first thought was Louis Vuitton. So let's hop on their site. There's 2 things I've always wanted from Louis Vuitton. Handbags, of course. I want the Never Full bag. Where are you? There we go, the Never Full. Okay. So I probably, oh, actually they're cute too. I'd be looking at the biggest Never Full. I'm gonna get a pen and paper. So look, this is me. I'm in Louis Vuitton first. That's where I'm taking the Sidemen. That's about 3,000 Australian dollars. Then I also would like the Alma BB. So that's a mini bag. Alma BB, oh my god, they're so cute. These are things that I could never justify actually buying for myself though, guys. Like, I don't think I'll ever own these things. Okay. But my theory as well is if I bought these things, they would appreciate in value. Like, I was looking how, now I saw this on TikTok, so I definitely would not take this without, I take this with a grain of salt. But like Birkin bags are said to appreciate at like, it was around 10% a year, which I was like, hold your horses. Are you telling me, firstly, my bank account gets a max of 2% a month? Like my shares, if you're looking at my shares, I'm probably not getting anything over 4%. Like 4% would be a good return on my shares. But I could just buy a handbag and it would go up by 10% in a year. Definitely thinking about that investment. Okay, the Alma BB is 2,550, so I'm going to call that 2,500. Okay, so that's Louis Vuitton hit up. Let's go into Chanel now. That was too hot. When we want Chanel, I actually want shoes from Chanel. Did that surprise you all? Did you think I was going for the bag? I want the Chanel espadrille. So, let's find out how much those are. Why does it not just show me the products? That's how you know it's a fancy site. You've got to go through all their photos and stuff. Oh, they've got some new ones too. The Chanel espadrilles. Or do I want cream, or do I want the black ones, or do I just want both? To be honest, I'm going to go both. So Chanel lambskin, beige and black, as well as the all black espadrille. So that together, 2 pairs of shoes is going to put me at 2,400. While I'm at Chanel, might as well check out the handbags. Okay, let's go this one here. I like classic black handbag. That's $13,850. Oh my god. That surprises me. So that's essentially 14 grand. That's almost half my budget on that bag. Okay, I'm gonna put an asterisk next to that. Then I would go hit up Burberry, because I've always wanted a Burberry scarf. I'm feeling a bit dizzy all of a sudden, guys. It's quite overwhelming. Because I'm a basic bitch, I'm gonna get the classic check cashmere scarf. So that puts me at $810. I'm just gonna check out their trench coats because I think they're kind of cool too. Okay, we'll throw in a Burberry trench coat. So that's about 5 grand. I'm having far too much fun. Now going to the Prada website, because I've always wanted one of those crossbody bags with like the little pouch thing that hangs off the strap. Yeah, I'm gonna put 2,500 for the Prada bag. Is it Steve McQueen? I get some Steve McQueen shoes. No, that's not it. That's not what they're called. Alexander McQueen? No. Oh no, they are Alexander McQueen. Okay, so these are $830 each. And I think there's like 2 that I'd like. I'd want different colors. So that's what, 1,600, 2 pairs of Alexander McQueen shoes. What am I at the moment? Oh damn, I had 31,910. I'm literally $90 off. That's pretty impressive. From what? 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. And then what could I get for my 90 bucks? I was like, if all else fails, I could get another long shot, but I don't think I could get that with my last $90. Yeah, they're 150 or 120. Might just go to a store and find something for that last 90. But you see, boys, it's not that hard to spend $31,000. Oh lordy lordy. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this segment. I sure did. Looking at all the things that I'll never have. There's been things I've been wanting to chat to you guys about. I made a list. That's how bad I've been wanting to chat to someone. I've got a list of things that I want to talk about. Oh, can I find my list? I can't, because that's what I was making my thing on. Okay, so I wanted to first talk about old YouTube. So I think I'm titling this video like sick day routine, or like what to do when you're sick. I have gone back to my roots of like OG YouTube. Like, I think high school Shell, she loved YouTubers. Like, to be honest, I feel like this is me like being true to that part of me that always wanted to be like a YouTuber. I freaking love, like, go back, Bethany Moda was like my hero. If Bethany Moda did anything in this world, I was motherfucking doing it too. Like, if she told me something was cool, that was cool. Like, whatever she did was cool. She was the thing. And like, I can show you so many aspects. If you look at her videos of things that I would have copied back in the day, and legit, it's so different the way that YouTube used to work. Like, if you think like at least the videos I used to consume, it would be like morning routines, back to school DIYs, like stuff like that. It was so much routine, it was so structured, and I feel like that would have been very hard. Oh my gosh. YouTube videos were a lot less realistic back then and would have taken so much more to edit. I was on like my whole old YouTube journey last night, and I went on to Bethany Moda. It was her like winter night routine and I was watching last night, and trust me, I've watched every single one of her videos. I love this girl so much, and I thought it was so funny because guess what, she starts her video, she does her like intro, and then I hear dun fuck me over. I hear like dun. You're probably not going to guess what that is from that poor rendition, but it's Better Than Words for the backing track of her video. Better Than Words by One Direction. When that finishes, she puts on Through the Dark. Now those are two of my like highly rated songs from Midnight Memories from One Direction. But you all know I also only went through my One Direction phase in lockdown. So literally in my childhood, when I was watching all my Bethany Moda videos, literally the backing tracks were One Direction. So like One Direction was my childhood without me even knowing it. Like had I known Bethany Moda uses One Direction for her backing tracks, because clearly she must think they're cool. No, I thought, oh, this is some nice like uncopyrighted music she's chosen for this video. That's my thoughts on that. I think that is absolutely wild, and I also think like we don't appreciate old YouTubers enough for like what they did and like all the effort that would have gone into their videos. Like sometimes I just want to see a March favorites video, you know. Sometimes I want to see, you know, outfits to wear, like 10 different outfits for when you're late to school. I fucking loved her late school routine, like when you're late to school. Was I ever late to high school? No, but if I ever was, I was prepared because I'd seen Bethany Moda's video of a quick and easy hairstyle and to like pick up biscuits on the run. Like, does anybody else relate to that? And I've been going back, and it's really been taking me back in time. So Bethany Moda, I reckon, was definitely my favourite in like year 8. I feel like that's what I bonded over a lot of my friends with. Then I also went into a Brooklyn and Bailey phase. Love Brooklyn and Bailey. And then I discovered Emily Canham. So I think I always say those are my favourite YouTubers. Although Emily, when I was watching her back in the day, it was when she was with Jake and she was daily vlogging, and now they've all come down, so I can't go back and relive them. And I get it, she doesn't want the content up there when she was like with her ex-boyfriend and all of that, but there you go. And other funny story, so she was dating Jake Boys when I started watching her. This was like years ago, back when I was in high school. And some of you know I've gotten into F1, and one of my favorite podcast at the moment is Pit Stop Podcast. And essentially it's her ex-boyfriend Jake Boys, who I used to watch on like these vlogs years ago with his mate Fab, and they both don't know anything about F1. Like they're in the same boat as me. They discovered it through Drive to Survive, and like they watch it week by week and learn as they go, like me, which is why I love it. And I think it's so cool that like this concept's really taken off for them. But anyways, that connection, Emily Canham's ex-boyfriend from all those years ago, is now the host of my favorite podcast on F1. Like, it blows my mind. It actually blows my mind. And like, these guys literally know nothing. Like, I feel like I knew a little bit more than them starting off. Like, they do like quizzes and they didn't know what like DRS is. I feel like that is like a key sort of thing. Like, it's almost like memed about in F1 and like elsewhere. But literally it's taken off, and they've literally now been to like so many races. They couldn't get, when they first started the podcast, literally I listened to like I think the 3rd episode was when I joined them. They couldn't find any tickets to any of the Grand Prix that this season for 2022. Literally got caught up and taken to, I think it was like Imola. They went to the Imola GP and then literally were invited to all the others. And I think in the most recent one, they were with like Ferrari and like got to go into like the paddock and go see the kitchen and eat in the Ferrari like cafeteria. And I was like, don't you love how that works? I don't know. Okay, that is my rant over because I've definitely talked to you enough. I hope you've enjoyed my facts about old YouTube, F1. I think that's all I really talked about. It is a bit later. Oh my gosh, my voice today. it's later and I just got up from my nap. So that's another thing I've been doing while sick, is taking naps. I feel like I took a break from it just because I was needing to fall asleep quickly at night. So obviously if I was more tired, it would be easier to fall asleep. But yesterday I had such a bad headache. You know when you just like cough so much that like it's shaking your head up so you get a headache? I was like, I need to go to bed, because I also had work in the afternoon. I moved it online, but I still had like 4 hours of work. So I put on a documentary with the intention of dozing off, and it worked. It worked so well. Nothing is better than dozing off to a documentary. I'm sorry. Like, you just start resting your eyes, the next thing you know, you're gone and the doco is over. Like, so good. So yesterday I put on one about Chatsworth House. It's on binge. It's called The Secrets of Chatsworth House. And that was actually quite interesting. I think mainly because I'd been there and like it was quite cool hearing about it. Like, this is probably like me being dumb, but like as an Australian, I don't really know. As an Australian, like I don't really know too much about like the royal family in the UK and like how dukes and that were. So I didn't realise that the Duke of Devonshire lives at Chatsworth House, because that's pretty funny, because one of the key things I remember when we went there was just before we left, we went in the cafe and we got Devonshire tea. And I was like, oh my gosh, we got Devonshire tea at the place where the Duke of Devonshire lives. Is it just me who finds that cool? And yeah, I don't know. I thought that was such a cool doco, but it also made me a bit sad. I've been telling everyone this. That means that it's officially been a decade since I went to the UK. And to me, that's absolutely wild. Like, it was the Queen's Platinum Jubilee and I was there for her Diamond Jubilee. Like, that's when I last went. I'm so sad. I'm like, I need to get out there again before the next one. I mean, who knows if there'll be a next one. I've got my red bean bun too. Surprise, surprise. I also learned about Cavendish bananas from that. So I put on this movie Fool's Gold because I was in the mood for a bit of like a rom-com or something. It's got Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson in it, and also like Fool's Gold, like named like a One Direction song. Yes, of course I'm gonna watch that. I'm so sorry, my dad is watching a movie in the other room, but I don't know if this is like just my dad or all dads, but he has it so loud that it like shakes the entire house. So I've even shut the doors, but if you can hear it, that's what that is. Watching this movie Fool's Gold, and honestly, it was decent. I'd probably rate it a solid 6 out of 10 movie. See, I just enjoy the act of watching a movie, so it doesn't even have to be a particularly good movie for me to enjoy spending my time watching it. But there was one thing that brought this movie up to a 7 out of 10 for me, and I'm just gonna show you now. So, bit of backstory, it's set in the Caribbean. And they're trying to find this lost treasure that's been lost years ago, right? And so I'm watching it, and I'm in full belief of like what's going on. I'm turning around. Okay, so there it is. Let's press play. Oh yes, and I also have subtitles on. Whoops. Look, motherfucking look. Do you guys know where that is? This scene came on and I was like, excuse me? I was there legit the other month. Like, I've walked on that sand right there. For you guys who don't know, that's the Whitsunday, so that's the Hill Inlet Lookout. And like, this is what I signed up for. This is why I signed up to go to the Whitsundays, purely to see this. And clearly it was not quite like that when I went. Anyways, that sort of like, I guess, changed the vibe of the movie. It was more, I was interested in seeing it for like where they were filming, because then I looked up after and like their filming locations were Hamilton Island, Hill Inlet Lookout and Airlie Beach, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I was just there. And so that was what brought it up to a 7 out of 10 for me. Okay, hi guys, this is future editing Michelle. I'm healthy again, but while I was editing this and saw this clip here, it made me think that literally last night I was watching this movie. To be honest, didn't rate it. I'd probably give it like a 5 out of 10. But literally, look at this opening scene that came on. Oh wait, ignore this, ignore this. It also doesn't let me screen record, but we're gonna do with this. There's Chris Hemsworth. Look at this. There. Look. Look. What the heck, guys? What is the universe trying to say to me? Like, is this a sign? I don't know. But this, once again, I'm like, I know what it's meant to look like, guys. You don't need to show me. I went there. The marketing worked on me. But, okay. I'm gonna leave it there. Enjoy the rest of the vlog. I'm starting to feel not too great, to be honest, guys. I feel like really hot and like feverish, so that's great. Clearly all my activities to get rid of the sickness has not worked. I said that I'd help make dinner, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Mum says Dad won't be happy if I make dinner while I'm sick because he's like a germ freak, so I'll see what I do now, if they let me help or not. But I am really hot now. Let's take off this. Maybe that'll make it better. Guys, it's 11 degrees right now and I'm hot. Oh my gosh.
If you're still coughing tomorrow, you're going to Zumba?
Yeah, probably not. I won't be able to do it without not coughing. But I want to.
I know.
Okay, everybody. I might be sick today. That doesn't mean that Chef Shell's not coming out. I was just talking to my girls though, and Em was watching the vlog on the big screen, so hello Em. Love ya. So gross. I'm so sorry. Do you want to show everyone what you have? I'm gonna get that psycho dog. He loves socks. Oh, down the stairs he goes. That's totally not dangerous at all. Goodbye, bye. Anyways, what I wanted to come on and say is, lately, I've been so not in, this sounds so gross, not into showering. Here's the thing, I shower every day. Don't worry about that. But because it's winter, we have a problem with our hot water heating, so that literally I only turn on the hot water tap when I shower, and like that's not warm enough. So like in winter when it's really cold like this, I don't like going in the shower because I end up getting colder and I lose all my body heat. That's where I was going with that. So I'm not too keen about this, but I'm gonna make it quick, gonna make it snappy, and then get back into my warm clothes and get into bed to warm up. Also, I had to change my doona. My mum's like, you've got the warm doona on. And turns out I checked the tag and I had the cold one. It's 90% feather, 10% down. So now I've swapped it out. So I've got 95% down, 5% feather. So it's so much warmer, which is so nice.
All black climber, all blacked out, coming with a mask on. Coming for the lock, coming for the jump on. I'ma pull up on that big 450, pop it and twist it. Watch when it kicks it, cops are